So from the given job description, I pulled the content into this graphic sheet. Okay. So the role of the cloud engineer, what they are expecting the job description is they need to have cloud skills. One of the cloud skills, either Azure or AWS services and architecture understanding. Okay. Then infrastructure management, how it is designing and managing secure cloud architectures. Let us say you created one WordPress site with two-tier or three-tier architecture. You need to maintain that for future, for any changes are happening in the site. That comes under infrastructure management. Then automation tools using Terraform, CloudFormation, or ARM template for deployments. You used it, you have demoed it, your work for small samples under POCs. The same thing in large projects, you are going to use them for this particular role. Next one is network configuration. Setting up VPCs, subnet firewalls. You have done in most of the projects with single VPCs, but you are going to do in multiple VPCs in some of the POCs what we planned it. In live, you will not work with single network. Multiple networks will be there. Okay, that is the reason I said VPC peering, you need to learn. Okay, next one is performance monitoring. Optimizing cloud performance and security compliances. We discussed a lot about this performance optimization during Azure Data Factory sessions. The same way for cloud also, we need to apply those practices. Okay. Then team collaboration, working with teams for seamless cloud integration. What is integration? If you are connecting to more than one service, that is integration. If you take a typical WordPress site deployment, you're going to create one virtual machine or ready-made available WordPress VM. You are going to take it. You are going to deploy on that your particular code. Or if you are creating a server for WordPress using one virtual machine, then you're going to create under two-tier another database server. Then you're going to scale that particular this one, the environment into different regions. Scalability will happen through Azure functions. If it is Azure, if it is AWS, there is a auto scale function is there. Through that you can scale it. Okay, so you are optimizing cloud performance and security compliance also within that system by performing monitoring operations. So within WordPress system, you're going to apply those practices also because you have applied auto scaling, you have applied load balancers, all those things. Then team collaboration is important. Working with teams for seamless cloud integration is required. Let us say, as I discussed with you, in WordPress, you are integrating one tier to another tier. If you have three tiers, yes, three tiers you are integrating it. With each tier has got multiple services. One VM is running, and within the VM you are running one particular server, either database server or app server. That is the one. Okay. So when you are working with the teams, also you need to understand their requirement and your requirement. Both need to collaborate it, and our team collaboration, you need to build the integrated systems. That is required in live. It is not like you work individually. That is not going to work anymore. You might feel sometimes I have heavy knowledge. Why should I share it? I worked hard and I do. If you are sharing knowledge, you will be wearing hat with team player. When you are sharing the knowledge in IT, you are going to become a team player. When you are becoming a team player, always you have a learning attitude. When learning attitude is there, obviously more people like you because they depend on you because they don't have capabilities of more learning like you. That is the team collaboration activity you need to handle very much. Then troubleshooting, resolving technical issues for service continuity. Let us say if server is down, if VM is down, you need to track it. You need to identify what are the issues. You have been doing it in POCs pretty good way and fixing them and coming for final demos. So, okay, a lot of work you have done it behind presentations. Okay, the same way you are going to do in live also, troubleshooting the issues. And if you see Azure digital courses, you have joined already in my 50 Azure live issues for each basic service. I have created live issues, solutions, root causes, all these things. So with that also you will get the knowledge, and when you go to the live, they will give the Excel sheet to you, or they will give a tool. You fix those issues, they will say. Then you need to study them, and with the learned knowledge from my digital courses, you are going to apply those things on those issues. You have ready-made solutions from this digital course. Okay, experience requirements, hands-on experience and proficiency in scripting. Yes, you have been learning automation tools with JSON scripting, yeah, with ML scripting for Terraform tool. Then you learned Python extensively, and you are going to use all that kind of scripting skills, and your requirements are going to automate them to run in the cloud operations. Then networking knowledge, understanding of cloud networking and security management. As I discussed with you, network configurations in multiple networks with firewalls, experience is very much required when you want to work with live operations. So you have to do that VPC pairing kind of setup. And when you go to live operations, you will understand what is the setup in networking. First thing is that one. If you want to enter into one building, let us say one apartment, you will see first how many floors are there, and in which floor my required apartment is there. If you are meeting a friend, then you will see, okay, it is in the first floor. This building has got 10 floors. It means when you go to the cloud infrastructure, first you will see how many networks are there. Okay, within the networks, each network has got how many subnets. In each subnet, how many servers are configured. In each server, is it a ready-made server from services, cloud services, like you take this one, Azure SQL is there, MySQL is there, Cosmos DB is there, all this kind of ready-made database servers are available. So under services, you have to identify which type of service is using. That kind of checklist, ready-made checklist you need to have when you go for the job. Okay. Then when the issue comes, you should get a flow in your mindset one by one for tracking purpose. Then immediately you will get the solution. DevOps familiarity, knowledge of CI/CD practices and tools. So far you have done deployments. Everything is a deployment, but you can follow CI/CD process in live. Even you are going to give CI/CD pipeline demos under POCs in future. With that experiences, you will be able to track it, CI/CD practices, what they are following, and what are the pipelines they have created already. When you go to the live, if you are working as cloud engineer, it doesn't mean only cloud setup they will give. They will give DevOps activities also, for deployments also. There will be pipelined, already pipelined, ready-made pipelined activities will be there in the environment. Those you need to understand it. How you are going to understand? They might have automated it. So with particular scripting language or scripting tool, then you need to identify what tool they used, which scripting they used in that particular pipeline. Then you need to go through that script. If you don't understand that script, if it is a laborious or zigzag script they have written it, you pull that and give it to ChatGPT. Write the detailed code specification, code snippet specifications for each of these scripts. You write it in the prompt. Then it will dump the documentation. You have seen that kind of exercise in your demos also while preparing for the demos. So that kind of tips you need to follow. Then analytical skills, strong problem solving and communication abilities needed. So if you communicate more with the team, then they are going to give inputs. What you need to do, what are the issues they are facing, how you are going to solve them. You need to explain to them root causes, where to fix, what happened in the past, all those things. It can be manual setup, it can be automated setup, but most of the places, 70% they use manual automated setup. They have scripts, either JSON, ML, or Python. Okay, so you need to understand that particular code with your skills, whatever you learned in the coaching. Okay, right? So any other questions for anybody?
No, sir.
Yeah, Ravi. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, questions.
No, sir.
Understand you could understand what are the activities will be there in this role when you go for job.
Yes, sir.
Okay, अभी क्या करना आपको? You have to practice these things. You take each POC and identify these things in your
Okay, sir.
POC.
Yes.
What? Yes. Okay, there are 11 components are there. 11 activities are there. In that 11 activities, which is suitable for your POC, you write down, practice that, what you have done it. Then in the interviews, what is going to happen? You are going to explain it. See, if you see my WordPress project, I have done this way. I have practiced it. I have solved the issues, whatever I used to face it while setting up. And this is my approach. With this approach, I'll be able to contribute more on the job. That is the way you are supposed to sell your skills in the interview. The interviewers are legacy practitioners, most of them, because they never upgraded their knowledge. They will be having their own setup, own way of working style. So against to that style, you need to explain what you learned to this job coaching. You need to educate them how you resolve the issues also. Okay, and you have to go through that Azure 50 services course. Um, there are so many, around 12 or 14 videos I have uploaded it. 14 services, basically basic services. You need to go through all of them for interview preparation. That is mandated. Okay, right.
Yes.
So you have any questions?
No, sir.
Hello, are you there on call?
Hello.
Okay, right. I'll stop recording.